So the Eagles are headed to another Super Bowl. First and foremost, let me say congratulations on a great season to Washington Commander fans. You guys completely flipped the script on your franchise, your organization. You went from, a top 5 draft pick to one game away from the Super Bowl. Um, I wish you guys would give a little bit more credit to Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn's a great head coach. I never said one bad thing about him when you guys got him. I think he has a lot to do with y'all's success. I think Jayden Daniels obviously was a big part of it. Probably was the best rookie quarterback this season. And you guys, we'll see if he'll have a sophomore slump next season. And but you guys can definitely build in the off season on what you did this year. And I still don't like Washington for all their franchise went through on the name change. I think that's really I thought the whole ordeal was disgusting. And I still think it's disgusting. I hate what they did in rebranding them, but nevertheless, that's for a different debate. But just want to congratulate you guys on a great season, and you guys should be proud of your team. As far as the Eagles, geez, man, look, as a Giants fan, all we can do is tip our cap to them. The Eagles have drafted well. They've done some, getting Hurts when they did. When they drafted Hurts, we all questioned it, with the fact of there are headwinds and whatnot. And, it didn't make a lot of sense. But obviously they knew what they were doing. They had a plan. And then they took advantage. Obviously there's a viral video out there of, me being sad that they got Devontae Smith because I knew he was going to be a great player. It's funny how Eagle fans like to tell me about how dumb I was on certain players, but one guy that I got right that's clearly a good player for them is Devontae Smith, and I don't get no credit for that. But nevertheless, they've drafted well. They've coached well. They took advantage of 2 really dumb organizations in the Tennessee Titans, getting A.J. Brown, and then obviously the Giants getting Saquon. Those were 2 franchises that made mistakes on players, and the Eagles scooped them up and took advantage of it. And so, again, they've drafted well as well. So it's not like they've just got completely lucky. I definitely think they have been a benefactor this year of having 2 really bad teams in the Cowboys and Giants in the division. And obviously the Washington's still up and coming. So I definitely think that they had, I don't want to call it an easy road because they have beat some really good teams. I don't think their playoff road was that challenging. But obviously they did their job. And I give them credit, kudos to them for getting the job done and getting the Super Bowl. And I don't really care for the Kansas City thing. I'm kind of chiefed out like everybody else is. I don't like Pfizer boy. I don't really care for I don't like the fact that Taylor Swift comes in and tries to steal the spotlight from these guys who have worked their ass off to get to this point in the National Football League. And this is their little moment to shine because the National Football League obviously is a not-for-long league. And these guys have worked their ass to get there. And here comes this Jezebel, coming in who's going to have plenty more time of her 15 minutes of fame. And she steals a little bit of the spotlight from guys who deserve it right now, who've busted their ass and she can be doing many different things, but nevertheless, it is what it is. But and then of course the Mahomes thing, I think Mahomes is a great player. Uh, excuse me, I think Mahomes is a great player, but I think his value is just so skyrocketed. I think it's way too high, being that he's in just a great situation in Kansas City. I think a lot of quarterbacks would look great, in his position. But, he's getting to be a beneficiary of that, and it is what it is. And as a Giants fan, I'm going to have to root for the three-peat because under no circumstances do I want to see, there's a lot of people that might say, well, don't you want to see the NFC East get another one? It's like, I just find the Eagle fans, and I think they'll agree with me on this, they're just insufferable. And I just don't want to live in a world again where they're Super Bowl champs. But obviously they're going to get a shot at. They're going to get a shot at the strap. The one thing that they kind of took a little bit away, the Giants were able to be a team that beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And that was something that I really was proud that the Giants could hang their hat on. And then the fact that the Eagles did it, it took it a little bit away from us, I feel like. And now they have an opportunity to stop Mahomes and their former coach, Andy Reid. And I think there's a lot on the table here for them. And this is going to be a very legacy, history-making type of Super Bowl for them. It's an opportunity. And it's and like Mahomes and them for a three-peat, it's a lot of history for them too. So, not the most ideal Super Bowl for myself, but it is what it is. And so the next 2 weeks are going to be shitty. But let me just say this: I've always believed that as the rival, and I know a lot of people don't have this same respect, but it's our time to step back. There's plenty of time to talk about draft. There's plenty of time to talk about free agency as their rival. And I know other content creators won't respect this because there is no respect anymore. But I feel like we should step back and let Eagle fans and Eagle content creators have this moment to shine as content creators and to do what they can do. And any Chiefs content creators out there, this is their time to shine. It's not time for me to make a clickbait, what I think the Giants should do in the draft at 3 positions. It's not my time for that. It's time to step back and give these folks the time to shine. And so that's what I think should happen. But, I doubt it will. But nevertheless, hey, congratulations to you, Eagle fans. I hate you sons of bitches, but you're in the Super Bowl, and in 2 weeks, we'll see what happens.